All right, everyone, welcome. Today we are jumping into a super important topic for your Class 10 exams, water resources. We're going to break down all the key ideas so you can walk into that exam feeling totally confident.
So, let's kick things off with a real head-scratcher, the big question at the heart of this chapter. We live on a blue planet, right? Most of it is water. So why on earth are we always hearing about water shortages? Getting this is the first big step to mastering the topic.
Here's how we're going to tackle this, almost like we're writing the perfect exam answer together. We'll start with the facts, then define the problem, figure out what's causing it, look at some solutions, and then wrap it all up with the number one thing you need to remember. So, let's get into it.
Okay, section 1. Let's really unpack that first big question. It's true, about 3/4 of the Earth is covered in water. But that number, it's actually pretty misleading.
Just look at this breakdown. A whopping 97% of all the water on Earth is saltwater in the oceans. Can't drink it, can't farm with it. Now, of the tiny bit left that's freshwater, most of that is frozen solid in glaciers and ice caps. So when you boil it all down, less than 1%, actually only about 0.5%, is available for us to use. That tiny, tiny sliver is what all 7 billion of us depend on. Crazy, right?
And that tiny little fraction of usable water leads us straight to a core concept you absolutely need to know for your exams: water scarcity. And trust me, it's about way more than just your tap running dry. Okay, this definition right here, this is exam gold. You have to remember the two key parts: quantity, which is, the actual amount of water we have, and quality, which is all about whether that water is even clean enough to use. Think about it. A place could have a huge river, but if it's full of pollution, they still have water scarcity. And this is why it's such a massive deal. We're not talking about some far-off future. The prediction is that by 2025, which is right around the corner, almost 2 billion people will be living in places with severe water shortages. That's a huge chunk of the world's population facing a real crisis.
And these pictures perfectly capture that paradox we started with. We see this all the time in India, right? On one side, you've got a city like Kolkata completely flooded, way too much water, but it's in the wrong place and causing chaos. And then on the other side, you've got people in a village lining up, walking for miles, just hoping to get a single pot of clean drinking water. See? Scarcity isn't just about no water. It's this crazy imbalance of who has it and who doesn't.
So now that we've got a handle on what water scarcity is, we have to ask the next big question. Why? Why is this happening? This is a classic exam question, so you'll want to pay really close attention here. Let's really think about this for a second. A fantastic way to structure your answer in the exam is to split the causes into two main groups. We're going to start with the issues all about quantity. First up, the quantitative causes. This is all about the huge amount of water we're consuming. We have a large and growing population that needs more water every day. But the single biggest water user, by far, it's agriculture. We need irrigation to grow enough food for everyone, but it uses enormous amounts of water. And that often means we're pumping groundwater out way faster than nature can put it back.
And then, second, we've got the qualitative causes. This is about making the water we do have totally unusable. When factories dump waste, when cities release untreated sewage, when chemicals from farms wash into our rivers, they all pollute our water. And here's the really nasty part. It creates a vicious cycle. When we overuse the groundwater, the pollution that's left behind becomes even more concentrated. So the quantity problem and the quality problem just make each other worse.
Okay, so with these huge challenges, not enough water and the water we have being polluted, what are we supposed to do? How do we manage this thing? Well, the good news is, managing water in India is not a new problem. We actually have a long, pretty brilliant history of dealing with it.
This is just fascinating when you put it side by side. Way back in ancient India, people built these incredibly clever systems, like one near Prayagraj that could channel floodwaters from the Ganga. Fast forward to today, and we're using modern missions to tackle the same kinds of problems. The Jal Jeevan mission is working to get piped drinking water to every single rural home, and the Atal Bhujal Yojana is all about protecting and better managing our groundwater. The problem is ancient, but we keep coming up with new solutions.
Okay, so we've looked at the problem, the causes, and the solutions. So what's the one big idea you need to walk away with? The most important takeaway from this entire chapter, not just for your exam, but for life. This is it. While big government projects are absolutely necessary, they can't solve this alone. The truth is, the responsibility to save and manage water belongs to every single one of us. Every little action, from fixing a dripping tap in your house to supporting rainwater harvesting in your community, it all adds up. Hey, if this explainer helped you get a better handle on the chapter, do us a quick favor. Hit that like button, share it with your classmates, and definitely subscribe to the A1 Institute channel. That way, you won't miss out on our next exam-ready explainer.
And look, if you want to take your prep to the next level with detailed notes, tons of practice questions, or expert guidance to really lock in those high marks, our team here at A1 Institute is ready to help you out.
All the info you need to get in touch, including our phone number, is waiting for you right there in the description below. Give us a call and let's get you totally prepared for your exams.
So we're going to leave you with one last thing to think about. Forget the textbook for a second. What's one small, simple habit you can start in your own life today to help save water? Just think about it. Your one small step could be part of a really big solution. All the best with your studies.